mentioned this a couple of times. You're calling Disney the biggest studio. I mean, this is clearly a mark for you as a a big moment in your career to get a gig on with Disney. But when you
Absolutely.
were asked to, did you demo? And how was that process? Because it sounds like you're very aware that you're on the big stage now and you have to deliver. What were your feelings like? What were your emotions like going through that demoing process?
Oh man. So there are a few things that I'm privileged in many ways. I'm lucky in many ways, and I think one of them is that for some strange reason, and maybe I need to speak to a therapist about this, but I never get nervous
Wow,
because
that's a good
yeah,
feature.
it's helpful because I just kind of think like nothing is a big deal. Nothing is a big deal. Nothing is no part of my identity or my health or myself just hinges on any specific decision. So it's amazing. It was amazing to get the opportunity to write this score for Disney, but it was also it wasn't about Disney, right? It was because whether it's Disney or a small studio, I'm writing for an amazing director or a young director who's never written anything else. I'm still the same. I'm still the same
Mm.
person interacting with whoever they are, and I'm gonna bring as much as I can of myself, of my experience, of my talent uh, to the table, to that conversation. It doesn't change whoever's sitting at the other table doesn't change. It doesn't change what I bring. Um, and so with this conversation with Aki and the producer Bernie, who's just amazing. Um, I brought it all. I said, look, this is at first I wanted to hear about them and their journeys to making this film and who they were as people, and then I shared who I was and who I and who I hope to be, frankly, um, and just in a personal sense, right? Not in an ambitious sense. And then I suggested what I thought the movie could sound like, what I thought could be really powerful
Mm.
um, for the story, for the audiences. Uh, I also knew from the beginning what the challenges could be. First, because everybody already knows how the story ends. Giannis literally won a championship a few, you know, while we were making the film. They won
How
the Bucks,
perfect.
won, and that was a challenge that we had to be aware of. But it's a beautiful challenge, right? It's a promise. Um, so there was that, and like Kenny, I think you were about to ask about if there were other composers in the running, and yeah, there definitely were huge composers, far more experienced composers, people who had worked with Disney before, people who had won awards, but I could only be myself. I could only bring what I can bring. It never matters who's on the other side or who's on other tables or what anybody else is doing. I'm just going to put my best foot forward. And yeah, I did. I prompted, I said, I'll write you something. I'll send you something to let you know that I fully get what you're trying to do. I sent that demo to them, and 2 days later, I got a call. I mean, they were trying to reach me. I was in Lagos, so they've been trying to reach me the day before, and apparently couldn't get through, but eventually got through the next day, and I got a call, just him saying, "Yeah, absolutely, they want to make the film with me," and it
And how are
was,
you feeling on that call?
oh man, I'm usually calm and cool, but with this call, knowing that I got it, and knowing what it would mean, um, just first being the first person from where I'm from, working with a studio like this, what it would mean for other people. Um, it was I felt very warm. Very I felt so many things. I felt the culmination um, of all the hard work, all the little league games, all the all the all the moments where I'm watching TV and I'm like couch coaching. Um, it just coming to this climax of, okay, now you have the opportunity, because I think that's what a lot of people want, right? They aren't they just want the opportunity.
Yeah.
Whether you're
You were hoisting up your NBA
I was doing the same
championship
thing.
like Giannis.
You went right to the finals.